Aesop's Fables, Part 6. The Tortoise and the Eagle. A tortoise, lazily basking in the sun, complained to the seabirds of her hard fate, that no one would teach her to fly. An eagle, hovering near, heard her lamentation and demanded what reward she would give him if he would take her aloft and float her in the air. "I will give you," she said, "all the riches of the Red Sea." "I will teach you to fly then," said the eagle, and taking her up in his talons he carried her almost to the clouds. Suddenly he let her go, and she fell on a lofty mountain, dashing her shell to pieces. The tortoise exclaimed in the moment of death, "I have deserved my present fate, for what had I to do with wings and clouds, who can with difficulty move about on the earth?" Vocabulary: aloft, in the air or in a higher position. Example: we held our glasses aloft. Lofty, high. Example: a lofty ceiling, mountain, wall. The flies and the honey pot. A number of flies were attracted to a jar of honey which had been overturned in a housekeeper's room, and placing their feet in it, ate greedily. Their feet, however, became so smeared with the honey that they could not use their wings, nor release themselves, and were suffocated. Just as they were expiring, they exclaimed, "O foolish creatures that we are! For the sake of a little pleasure we have destroyed ourselves." Vocabulary: overturn, to cause to turn over. Example: the car skidded off the road, hit a tree, and overturned. Smear, to spread a liquid or a thick substance over a surface. Example: can you explain why the front of your car is smeared with blood? The Man and the Lion. A man and a lion traveled together through the forest. They soon began to boast of their respective superiority to each other in strength and prowess. As they were disputing, they passed a statue carved in stone, which represented a lion strangled by a man. The traveler pointed to it and said, "See there! How strong we are, and how we prevail over even the king of beasts." The lion replied, "This statue was made by one of you men. If we lions knew how to erect statues, you would see the man placed under the paw of the lion." Vocabulary: prowess, great ability or skill. Example: athletic, sporting prowess. Prevail, to get control or influence. Example: I am sure that common sense will prevail in the end. The Farmer and the Cranes. Some cranes made their feeding grounds on some plowlands newly sown with wheat. For a long time the farmer, brandishing an empty sling, chased them away by the terror he inspired, but when the birds found that the sling was only swung in the air, they ceased to take any notice of it and would not move. The farmer, on seeing this, charged his sling with stones, and killed a great number. The remaining birds at once forsook his fields, crying to each other, "It is time for us to be off to Lilliput, for this man is no longer content to scare us, but begins to show us in earnest what he can do. Vocabulary: brandish, to wave something in the air in a threatening or excited way. Example: she brandished a saucepan at me, so I ran out of the kitchen. Sling, a simple weapon used mainly in the past, in which a strap held at the ends was used for throwing stones. Forsake, to leave forever or to give up completely. Example: I thought she might forsake ballet in favor of Irish dancing. The dog in the manger. A dog lay in a manger, and by his growling and snapping prevented the oxen from eating the hay which had been placed for them. "What a selfish dog," said one of them to his companions. "He cannot eat the hay himself, and yet refuses to allow those to eat who can." Vocabulary: manger, an open box from which cattle and horses feed. Snap, if an animal snaps, it tries to bite someone. Example: the guard dog was snarling and snapping behind the fence. Hay, grass that is cut and dried and used as animal food.